Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, doc.
Yeah, we can.
Great. All right, let's get started. Just give me one more minute. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, doc. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Request you to keep yourself on mute. I'm having a little bit of a technical issue. Just give me one more second, guys. Can you see my slides, guys?
Yes.
My slides.
Yes, we are seeing.
Great. All right. So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
get started. Sorry about that. Technical glitches happen. Good to see you guys. There are some familiar faces here, some names. I didn't realize some of you had switched to badminton, so that's great. Badminton is wonderful to keep up fitness. Before we get started, I just wanted to know a little bit from you guys about how frequently do you guys play? Are you one of those players who play, like once a week, once every now and then, जब खेल रहे हैं सब लोग तब भी, or consistently, twice a week? Can you
Every
put it
day.
in the chat? Just put it in the chat. So I just know. Okay. All right. So it looks like some of you are consistent players and some of you basically just rarely, somebody said rarely, but you still are here. So clearly you want to know about badminton, right? Every day. Oh, wow. Great. Super. All right. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and start with the session. I have a small PPT for you guys just because I think it does help. Just seeing photos about the things helps more than words do sometimes. I'm a big believer in that. And hence I've got some slides for you. But the purpose of today's session is to do some stretching. Okay, now what is this stretching? We are going to do a little bit of warm up, what you should do before badminton. We are going to do cool down, what you should do after badminton. Okay, now some of you may be doing other things along with badminton. Yeah, so tell me in the chat what else you're doing along with badminton. Maybe you're a runner, you cycle, you go to the gym, you do yoga, and you also do badminton. So just put it in the chat. What else are you doing along with gym, runner, table tennis? Okay. Okay. Weight training. Good, 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 good. Awesome. Great. So it looks like some of you are doing cross training. Do you understand what cross training is? Cross training is basically when you don't do only one sport. You're doing 2-3 things together. And that's really a great way to do any kind of activity. So, okay. Now, before we start, I want to do a quick introduction about me. Some of you know me from before. Some of you might be new to me. Who amongst here is completely new to me? First time you're attending a session with me. And those of you who have attended my previous sessions, please let me know also that you've attended my sessions. But first timers, just say first time. First timers, quite a few first timers. You've attended previous Ramesh, yeah. Okay. Acha. Good, good, good. Lot of first timers. Jitu, it's nice to see you. Okay, all right. So, tell me if my slide has moved. I'm on slide 2. Can you see? Tell me quickly, somebody, if my slide has moved.
Yes, ma'am.
Slide has moved. Okay, now why this slide? Why do you play badminton? You play to have fun, na? But it's also a great way to stay fit. But please remember that every sport has its own do's and don'ts. Every sport there are certain things that you have to be careful. And if you are not, then injuries come very quickly. And before you know it, something happens. Fir badminton band, running band, sab band ho jata hai. Okay, so it's important that you are aware what are the do's and don'ts that you can do in order to play how you want to without taking a break. So I know some of you had told me you already have some injuries going on. Na? So I'm keen to know what those are. If you have any pain right now going on, let me know. One person I know wrist, somebody had hurt their wrist while playing badminton. I know tennis elbow happens. Even with badminton, yes, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow happens. So tell me in the chat if there's any pain going on right now that maybe because of that you're not playing as well, or maybe because of that you've stopped playing. Shoulder, hamstring, ankle. Acha. Jitu, ankle. Acha. Okay. No injuries. Kajal, that's good. Others, tell me what other injuries are going on. Tendons, shoulder and elbow. Okay. What else? Ankle, back. Yeah, back also tends to be quite common. The wrist during the starting of the game. Okay. Knee. Yeah, knee is one of those ones quite common. Okay, good. Good to know. Very quickly, briefly about me. I'm Dr. Rajni Patil. Thank you for being here, you guys. I usually do these sessions at least once, twice a month. I definitely do a session. It's usually on Sundays at 12 noon. This is the time that I find that most people ke liye suitable hai. So this is the time that I usually do. And there are a lot of topics that I cover because I'm a sports and spine and sports physio. My topics tend to be more on a prevention aspect, how to prevent back pain, knee pain. I do some core sessions. I teach about sports. So swimming is next, by the way, swimming and golf. But I'm very passionate about running and cycling. These are the two sports that people know me for. But of course, more sports do have their set of injuries. So I thought we could do a series of different sports and look at what are the injuries that people have and how to get rid of it or to prevent it. Because actually prevention is what we want to do. So I'm the founder of Ortho Sports Physiotherapy. My clinic is located in Shivaji Park. I have about 22 years of practice. So let's get started. Now myths. These are the myths that badminton players usually have. Now people who play, अगर आप बहुत time से खेल रहे हो, तो थोड़ा बहुत ache and pain इधर उधर हो गया and you know how to deal with it. Okay, so most of the time you're probably not following these myths, which means that आपको पता है कि ये ध्यान रखना जरूरी है, right? Now people who don't play very frequently, people who play every now and then, yeah, sporadically, साल भर नहीं खेलते हैं. There's a season when they'll play, then they'll stop playing, but they don't do anything in between. This applies to them. So people think कि अच्छा चलो कुछ नहीं है तो बैडमिंटन खेल लेते हैं, it's easy. Yeah, so yes, it can be easy, but the thing with badminton is that it doesn't need a lot of power. It does need agility. It does need you to be flexible and mobile. Okay, strength se zyada. So people who are inflexible thoda sa, if they are not focusing on mobility and stretching, especially of the shoulder and core, then they can have some difficulty. It is not challenging from the point of view of strength and power or cardio, but it is challenging from the point of joints. So shoulder, knee, and ankle. These are the three joints that need to be mobile in order for you to play well. Okay, so another myth is kabhi bhi jaake khel sakte ho, koi preparation ki zarurat nahi hai. Any shoes are okay, right? These are big myths, guys. So I hope none of you are believe in any of these myths. Okay, so let's look at some of the injuries that happen. 58% of badminton injuries occur in the legs. Okay, so when I say legs, it can be from the hip down. So hip, knee, ankle, these are the most common injuries. However, because it's a racquetball sport, a lot of upper body injuries also happen. So look at the photo. These are the 5 top one. So ankle. Okay, so ankle and foot. So this is foot. First one is foot. Second is ankle, elbow, shoulder, knee. These are the joints that get affected. And why? Because in badminton, you need equal amount of upper body movement as well as lower body. And if, for example, your core is not strong, the center part of the body that gives you stability, then it's easy for you to injure your upper and lower body. Okay, are you with me so far? Okay, making sense? Great. All right. So I've seen some of your injuries, guys, and I'm with you. This does happen. However, agar pain hai, then I hope you are either taking a break or at least making sure that you're treating the pain. Ice pack should be your friend if you have any kind of pain right now. You want to consistently ice it. You should be foam rolling it. Everybody knows what a foam roller is. Good. I usually have my foam roller out here somewhere. Today it's not here. So if you don't have a foam roller, please pick one up. After your badminton, you should be foam rolling. Yeah. All right. Now, why do these injuries happen? Let me explain these to you. This is a little bit technical, but I'll try to break it down. The first and foremost, lack of optimum warm up and cool down. This is a topic that we are discussing today. But itne sare reasons hai kyun injury ho sakti hai. Okay, so I'm going to run you through these. But I want you to tell me right now if you are doing any warm up or cool down. It needs to be 5 to 10 minutes. I say the sweet spot is 8 minutes. Because 5 थोड़ा कम है, 10 for some reason 10 minutes ज़्यादा लगता है लोगों को. So I say okay, 8 minute warm up करो, 8 minute cool down करो. Are you guys doing warm up and cool down? Yes, no. And it should be 8 to 10 minutes. Yes, warm up, yes, cool down, no. Lalit, no. Yes. Good, good, good. Some of you are definitely doing some warm up and cool down. So I'm going to take you through some of this warm up and cool down. Okay, so you will have to tell me whether yours is appropriate or not. And I'll tell you how I have designed this warm up and cool down. Every sport has joints that are used more. Abhi, now in the photo you saw which are the joints that got used more: the shoulder, ankle, and the knee, correct? Also the wrist, because you're using a lot of hand work, but also footwork. So we have to make sure that the warm up and cool down includes those joints properly. So my warm up cool down is designed for that. Okay, so hopefully you are doing that. So if you feel at the end, I'll ask you, is your warm up cool down you think appropriate for badminton or general hai? What do you think right now? Do you think your warm up cool down all of those who are doing, of course. Generic hai, yeah, you think it is very suitable. You know it is very specific to badminton. Tell me, generic or badminton specific? Waiting for comments. Okay, some people are saying generic. Badminton specific. Good, 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 good. Kudos to those who have invested in making sure that you're doing specific to badminton. That's excellent. Hopefully an expert has helped you with this, but most people are general. Okay, take it. No worries, that's why you're here. All right, now this was the first point. Now the first point was lack of warm up and cool down. Now let's look at others. Please remember that badminton mein you do a lot of footwork. You have to, so there is a little bit of plyometrics, right? You're jumping, you are moving, and you're moving fast depending on the game. So if you are moving and your shoes are not stable, then your ankle is the first thing to go. Generally, your ankle will twist inwards, under the side, and you will get an ankle sprain. Very, very common with badminton. So that comes from incorrect shoes, or it can be from the court surface. If the court surface is not suitable, agar khadda hai, if you're not playing in a designated space, then that also can cause. But I think more than if you guys are playing in the building, I think it's completely fine. I don't think there's any issue with that. The only thing is, please make sure that your shoes are cushioned enough and they are badminton specific. Okay, now I can talk a lot about shoes because this is something that I do and I specialize in. Every sport should have their own specific shoes, and especially your foot type matters, right? So if you are an overpronator, which means flat foot nahi, but sometimes it drops flat, yeah, supinated, which is a high arch, your shoe type is different based on your foot type. So wo thoda R&D karo, maybe you can reach out to an expert. I can help you with that if your shoes are correct or not for badminton, because the first things that generally people start playing and they don't realize is wrong shoes ke wajah se ankle and knee jata hai. Okay, so please look at that. Second, muscular imbalance, which means muscles ya to flexible nahi hai. For example, your shoulder, what needs to happen in the shoulder? Your shoulder needs to be mobile. Agar thoda stiff hai, then when you are playing, you're going to overstretch some joints, some muscles in the joint, and then you're going to get an injury, you'll get pain. Also, your rotator cuff, what does this? A rotator cuff muscle in the shoulder does this. So if that is not strong, then again, you can have shoulder pain. So all of those who have shoulder pain right now, please think about this. What is lacking? Ya to flexibility lacking hogi, ya strength lacking hoga. Okay. The other one is faulty technique and skill. What does that mean? This is an important one, guys, because badminton khelne ko, you can just play a game without even thinking about form and technique. There are some do's and don'ts that you might be following, but what most badminton players are not doing, they are not using their core to play. When you are smashing, when you are using your upper body, your core has to work. I'm keeping you guys on mute, please, so there's no ambient noise. If you have a question, you can ask me. So if you don't use your core, what is the core? Your abdominal muscles, your glute muscles, and your lower back, the center. That's your core. If that you are not using in order to move side to side or to use your arm, if you're not keeping your core engaged, that's a faulty technique. Okay, that's going to cause an injury. So next time that you play, before you play, do some breathing exercises, activate your abdominal muscles, glute squeeze karo, glute activation karo, and then start playing. Okay, that makes a huge, huge difference. The other reason is inadequate training or overtraining. So some people who either play every day, sometimes they could be overtraining if they're doing too much. People who are inadequate training is what? That you are only playing badminton और उसके आसपास और कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, weight training नहीं कर रहे हो, strength training नहीं कर रहे हो, mobility work नहीं कर रहे हो, then these are the people that get injured. Okay, or people who pick up okay चलो 2 हफ्ते के बाद आज एक गेम खेल लेते हैं, फिर 1 महीने बाद एक खेलेंगे. So this can be an issue. So these are the reasons why this happens. Okay, now do's and don'ts. Focus on footwork. Guys, you're with me so far? Any questions abhi tak? Deficiencies also matter. Yes, yes, definitely. Okay, looks like no questions, so we'll go ahead. Now, what are the do's and don'ts? What can
Ma'am,
you
one
do?
question.
Yes, Abhishek ask.
Ma'am, can we use running shoes for playing in society?
Yes, you can. If it depends on how much you're playing, how frequently you're playing. So if your running shoes are appropriate for your foot type, so just make sure that that is okay. Badminton के लिए running shoes चल जाते हैं. Just make sure they're not too old,
Okay.
not older than 1 year. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's fine.
So I had used running shoes, like Adidas ka, and because of that I had ankle strain. Then I switched to the
So,
one of them.
what the problem could be that if maybe the shoe is incorrect for running also. That is possible.
Maybe, yeah. Then I use the trainer shoes of Nike, so that has solid grip on my
That
feet. So that's helping me now.
Exactly. So running shoes chalega only if it is appropriate for your foot. If it's not, then that will also cause an issue, like Jeetu mentioned. Okay, so focus on footwork. Now, what is footwork? Ek to shoes correct hoga, then that part is solved. But you need a lot of agility when you are playing badminton. Okay, your foot has to be agile. You should be doing some agility work, which is cutting, right? That kind of thing, drills you should be doing maybe just before you start playing badminton. So your foot is prepared to be responsive. If you don't work on that, and if your foot is anyway, if you're used to being in shoes all day, slippers all day, the bottom of the foot ka muscles are weak, तो उसके वजह से then that doesn't happen as efficiently, and then the ankle gets injured. Using the right racket, please pay attention. इस पे भी किसी का भी यूज कर लिया, बहुत पुराना वाला यूज कर लिया, if the tension is not correct, the string tension, all that can cause issues. If it's too heavy for you, if you're gripping too hard, for whatever reason, all this can cause an issue. Hydration. Generally, people think that sports, whatever sports you're doing, अगर खेल रहे हो, बीच में थोड़ा पानी पी लिया तो बस होता है. That's not true. Before 2 hours before your game, just consciously drink some water, so that your kidneys are able to flush it out and your body is hydrated before you even start the game. So I know that you feel like, अरे बाप रे, 2 घंटे पहले सोचना है पानी पीने का. Yes, that's correct. You do need to drink. Even for runners, we tell them the night before you need to hydrate your body, not if you're running in the morning. Barabar? Because by the time you drink while your game is on, now you're working on reserves. Na? Your reserves are already getting depleted. Now you're putting. So you want to keep the reserve. 2 hours before the game, you drink enough water. After the game, you definitely need to drink water because your body will recover from the game based on how much hydration, how much water content is in your body. Okay. If you're on dehydration, if you're on that reserve, you're not hydrated well, your body is not going to recover from that session well. Of course, वो तुमको बाहर से शायद समझे ना, but next game में फर्क पड़ेगा, next 2 time में injury आ सकता है, right? So that's why the hydration is important. Now, if you are playing longer games, if you're playing for a while, then please make sure, especially because it's hot outside right now, please make sure that you're drinking some kind of electrolytes. So wo electrol ka sachet aata hai na, small sachet, put it in water, and if you drink that, that's usually good enough. But please remember to do before, during, and after. Okay, during is actually not that important than before and after. So, and investing in corrections. So these are the things that you should pay attention to, do's and don'ts for badminton. So now we are going to do some stretching. Before that, I'll take some quick questions. We are going to do first warm up. You will do it with me. All your videos will come on. But let's take a few questions.
What is the exact time to hydrate before the match? And while playing the match, how much amount of water or electrolytes has to be taken? And what exactly after the match? How much amount or quantity and the time hydration to be done? What is there
Okay,
any exactly?
I'm hearing a lot of ambient noise. I will answer your question. I'm just going to put everyone on mute again. So, guys, it would be nice if you can put this in chat one by one, your questions, so I will take them. So hydration, I already discussed with you that 2 hours before the game is what you need. Now, how much again depends on you and how much you are going to play. So is it a practice? Is it how hot is it outside? But generally about a liter from 2 hours up to the game is good enough. If you're doing 1 sachet during the game match, that's fine. And then again 1 liter post. So you want to think about 2 hour window before and the 2 hour window afterwards for hydration. Put more questions in the chat. And I'm opening the stretching. So before we start doing the stretches, I want you guys to put your videos on. Specific exercises to strengthen the shin muscles. Yes, of course there are. How to strengthen ankles. That's good. So generally to strengthen ankles, you want to do loop band or TheraBand exercises. That's a loop band. Okay, so you want to do ankle up, down, all 4 directions. For the shin also, you can use the TheraBand, but you should, because you are playing a sport, after doing the with the loop band, you should also be doing standing ankle strength exercises. So you can stand on a pillow, stand on one leg, challenge the proprioceptors of the body. A lot of balance exercises can help you with that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So you can see my slide, the warm-up routine. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what we are doing. Everybody's video needs to be on because you're doing it with me. Okay. Let's turn your videos on, please. Awesome. Okay. Some of you who are on the road, you've messaged me. That's okay. Don't be stretching while you're driving or something. But others, if you're home and you're able to, please do them with me. All right. Now, remember your shoulders are important to warm up. So we're going to start with the shoulders. The first one you're going to do. How frequently in life do you do this? Rarely do you open your shoulders all the way up into abduction. So that's the first one you'll do. You'll go here and then you'll do circles, big circles with the arm. That's your first warm up. Now, why do we do, when we do arms, it also challenges your breathing a little bit. So I request you to pay attention to your breathing. So when you're doing circles, do nice deep breaths as well. Okay, we'll do 5 of each. And then make sure you're doing clockwise, anti-clockwise. I can see some of you doing it. Kajal. Good. Super. Okay. So now the second one, this one is very, very critical. Kuch bhi avoid karo, par ye wala mat avoid karo. This is for your rotator cuff to activate. Remember, see where my elbows are? My elbows are not going up and down. My elbows are staying there. I'm only rotating from here. Please do this carefully. अगर shoulder pain already है तो इसमें और pain होगा. धीरे धीरे करो, बहुत fast नहीं, and make sure that you're taking it to full range, but it should not be painful to do. So जितना पीछे जा सकते हो जाओ, but gently जाओ. Okay, this is to open up your rotator cuff and your shoulder. 5 each. Okay, the next one. This one, piche. Okay, now one quick thing. When you do warm up, are you supposed to hold it or not hold it? Chalo, tell me, all the ones who are already doing warm up and those who are doing specific badminton specific. What are you
No,
supposed
ma'am,
to
we
do?
shouldn't have not to hold it.
You're not supposed to hold. So warm up needs to be dynamic
stretches.
movement. These are all movements. They are not holding at all. Okay, so this one, like I showed you, it is movement. This is also a movement. This one now, the third one that you see, you're just trying to touch your hands behind you and let go. You're not holding it. You're just trying to touch in the back. This is for your flexibility. You want to make sure that your shoulders are flexible. Chalo, karo, karo, karo. Try to touch your hands behind you.
Ma'am, one side there is a lot of gap.
One
I was
side
about to say the
gap
same thing. One is easy, the other one is a bit tough.
is easy. Do you know that that is normal? That's
No.
normal. Why? Because our right side, if you're dominant, then this is your right side is stronger, but it's less flexible. Your left one will go up higher, is more flexible, but it is less strong. Does that make sense? That's why that is normal. I wouldn't worry about that. बहुत ज़्यादा gap है या painful है करने में तो worry. Otherwise, you just try to touch it. हो रहा है तो ठीक है, नहीं हो रहा है तो it's fine, but at least you've moved it, right? Point is to warm the shoulder up. Okay, next one. This one is critical. Remember, when you are hitting shots, your neck is moving. If you don't warm up your neck, यहाँ catch आ जाएगा, उसके वजह से shoulder दुखने लगेगा, right? So easy movements, not fast. Please do neck movements very gently. So forward, back. I like to do my neck movements with my hands here, just underneath the neckline, because it gives a little more of a stretch. See the difference? You feel a little more of a stretch. And then again, side to side. 5. Okay, if you're hearing clicks and pops, it means you need to do these more frequently. Okay, now I am not a believer in doing circumduction, which is this rotation. Okay, I'm not a believer in that. So I'm not teaching you to do circles. Ye circle nahi sikha rahi hu main tumko. Please see the difference. You want to do each plane movement separately: flexion, extension, side bends, and rotations. Okay, I'm not teaching. I saw some of you do circles. I'm not teaching you circles. Don't do circles. Yeah, keep your movements in the single plane. All right, now wrist. People forget to warm up their wrist and get in trouble. So circles, okay, clockwise, anti-clockwise circles, easy to do. Now, when you do with your elbows straight, and when you are doing this, it not only warms up your wrist, it also warms up your elbows. Okay, so it's good for elbows as well. So all you're doing is keep your elbows slightly locked, and then you're doing circles. Okay, एकदम उसको lock मत करो, elbow को slightly softer.
Ma'am, when we do this wrist circles with thumb inside, I feel more of a stretch.
Arm inside.
Like thumb
Oh,
inside.
thumb inside. You can. Okay, next one. We have started now with legs. So for legs, you want to do side lunges. So, side lunges. Right?
इसके बेटे इसके
Side movements.
मंथली क्या है?
Vinod, I'm keeping you on mute. Keep yourself on mute, please. Okay, side to side lunges. 5 each, 10 each. अभी 5 करते हैं, बाद में 10 करना. Okay, now, next one is high knees. What is this warming up? It's warming up your hip, your lower back, your knee, and your ankles. Okay, so high knees. Now, if you do a jumping high knee, then it becomes cardio also. Do you see that? So you can either do a jump high knee or you can just do a regular high knee. But make sure you're bringing it up as high as possible. Okay, or you do jump high knee. So whatever you prefer, whatever your fitness level is, accordingly you can do. But when we do warm up, we are not only warming up joints, we are warming up the heart also to work, right? So it's a good idea to do high knees if possible, jumping. Next one, calf raises. Go up on your calf, feet, and go back down. I see some of you doing it, not all of you. करो 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 करो, इसके बाद जाके खेल लेना.
Just one question on the calf
You'll
raises.
be ready.
Calf
Huh?
raises. One question on the calf raises. Till what level that you go? Is it till the midfoot, or you almost go to close to the
Toes. Take up the full range.
full range? Okay.
Okay, now if you see this warm up, we have basically covered all the joints, especially the ones that we know can be injury prone. You agree with me? Yeah. Is this something that what you do already, or do you feel that this will help you more if you did exactly this? Or time kitna laga? Hardly time laga na? There's no excuse not to do it. Right? Tell me, put it in the chat. Yeah, put it in the chat, guys. If you think that this quick one is easy to do, that you will do it, that you feel this could possibly replace what you're already doing. You won't hurt my feelings if you say that ये नहीं करेंगे, हमारा जो है वही हम करेंगे. That is also okay. It's fine. If it's already badminton specific and you think that a lot of this is common, then perfect. Then please go.
There is no
You
knee.
can. Sorry.
One question. There is no hip or knee bend exercises, like bending, because there's a lot of bending that we do.
The high knee will take care of that. The high knee will mobilize the hip joint as well as the knee joint.
Got it. Thanks.
Regarding thoracic and lumbar mobility exercise.
So when you do high knees, you do get a little bit of that, but you can do some spine rotations. Abhi karne ko to there is a lot that you can do, na. But if I give you something which is 15 minutes long, you're not going to do it. I know that. So to keep it practical, I've kept it very specific and only few that give the maximum bang for the money. But it's a good idea to do a little bit of spinal twist as well. Okay, all right. Moving on, we are doing a cool down. Now, cool down, as you know, these are stretches that you're going to hold for some time, correct? So how do you, let's start with, can you see my slide going now? You see the first 4? Yeah? Arun? Okay. Now to stretch. When I showed you warm up, I told you to do at least 5 to 10 repetitions each. 10 would be ideal. Agar zyada time hai, zyada karo. It will only be useful for you. Now stretches, which is cool down, these are static stretches, which means what? that you're going to hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. Okay, research has shown us that less than 20-second holding stretch does not work. Okay, उससे कम अगर 5 seconds, समझो ये किया 5 seconds hold किया, you might as well not do, because the tissues have not lengthened enough only. So you just wasted your time. It will give you some benefit, but it's not really going to give you that much benefit. So the first stretch, arm across your body, or arm can be straight or it can go behind you. You're gonna hold it for 30 seconds and do both sides. Along with that, you can do a little bit of rotation if you prefer. Okay, we are doing cool down stretches, guys. Karo, karo, karo. Sukesh, I don't see you doing it.
Doctor,
Yes.
you'll share this PDF with us because we won't remember half of them after this call closes. So you'll share with us post this call, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can.
Thank you. Going back on mute.
Okay, stretch. First one. Ho gaya? Next. Next one, I want you to do both arms behind you. So you're gonna do this. Okay, as high as you can bring the arms up. What is this stretching? It's stretching the front of the shoulder, the pecs. Okay, stretching the shoulder joint as well. Okay, again 30 seconds. Minimum 3 reps. Next one is for your neck. So please make sure you do this.
Can we go
properly.
down while doing this?
What do you mean?
Can we go down like this, or it has to be like straight?
Bending forward? You mean
Yeah,
bending forward? You can bend forward, no problem. You can. I have seen a lot of people do it that way. It's fine to bend forward and bring your arm backwards. All right, next one, we are stretching the upper trapezius, which is this muscle here. So you're going to tilt your head, put the hand just above your ear, and then pull. Okay, hold for 30 seconds and do 2 to 3 reps on each side. This will help stretch your neck out because it's the muscles that have worked will basically recover when you do these. All right, next one. This prayer wala, what is this stretching? It's stretching your wrist and elbow at the same time, but also shoulder to some extent, right? So hand together. Okay, now when you come down, wait, I'll show you this one. When you come down, make sure your wrists are touching. Some people ऊपर तो wrists are touching, but नीचे आते ऐसा खुल जाता है. You need to make sure that your wrists are together when you come down. So only go down as far as you feel a stretch. Again, I'm not here. I'm here. Okay, so elbow in the same line. Okay, now the next one is also for the wrist. अभी ऐसे किया ना, अभी ये करना है. So again, same thing. You want to make sure that your hand is here, but when you go up, elbows are staying in the same line. Both of these are stretching different parts of the elbow, of the forearm. Okay? Your wrist and elbows are very important to stretch out. नहीं तो यहाँ पेन यहाँ चालू हो जाता है या wrist में. ऊपर आते वक्त wrist साथ में रहना चाहिए. तुषार ऐसा जा रहा है हाथ. Make sure you keep it together. Yeah, better. Good. So this is our upper body. Now we are doing lower body. This stretch, standing wala. Attempt करो. इसमें balance भी challenge होगा. Now, what are we stretching? We're stretching the glutes. When we stretch the glutes, the lower back also stretches. So this, hold here and pull up towards you. Okay, so it stretches the lower back a little bit, but the glutes primarily. Let me watch you do it. Hold under the knee and pull it upwards. Hold under the knee. हाँ, फोटो में दिखा है वैसे भी चलेगा, but knee के वहां support दोगे तो ज्यादा अच्छे से होता है. Good. Are you feeling a good stretch?
Yeah.
Good. Now let's stretch your quads, because you, after playing, your quads have definitely worked. So you want to stretch them out. You want to do this quad stretch properly. A lot of people do this wrong. अगर ये stretch करते वक्त पैर यहाँ है, तो you're not going to get enough of a stretch. You want to make sure the leg is in line with the other leg, and then जितना पीछे जाएगा उतना जाने दो. Okay? सिर्फ यहाँ तक pull करके मत छोड़ दो. Take it back as far as it will. There. 30 seconds, 3 times. If you need to hold on to something, you can, by the way, अगर balance जा रहा है तो.
Also stretching the ankle. Also stretching the ankle.
It also stretches the ankle. Yes. Thank you for appreciating that fact. So knee and ankle, both it will stretch. It stretches the shin also. So that we did the front of the body. Now we are doing the back of the lower body. So the last photo, you're basically going to try to touch your toe. What is that stretching? Your hamstring as well as your calf. So that, and you're trying to touch. So the whole back of the leg, from the lower back, your hamstring and your calf, all of that is stretching.
There is a variation here, right? You can also keep your leg straight, the back leg straight as well.
You can.
Yeah.
So the front leg though is straight only. Now you're trying to
Correct,
maintain it.
correct. The back
But
leg,
yeah,
I think
you can do
need-
that as a variation.
Yeah.
Certainly. Okay, how are you feeling? All stretched out?
It was nice. Today we ran 21, so it feels good now. All the more better.
Oh yeah, I hope you did some foam
No, I
rolling.
did.
Arun.
I did, but this certainly
You
helps.
did. Good. Good. Okay. Great. So now these, we talked about do's and don'ts. We talked about the myths and just basics of badminton, right? I hope this was useful to you guys. And this stretching 5 to 10 minutes before, 5 to 10 minutes after. Okay, very critical. Don't ignore this part, because sometimes we feel, हाँ ठीक है, 1 घंटा खेल लिया, आधा घंटा खेलने में क्या जरूरत है. Okay, because sometimes एक इंजरी हो जाएगी ना, उसको ट्रीट करते करते बहुत टाइम निकल जाएगा. So better to just prevent it. Breathing के लिए, yeah, of course you can do some breathing before. So diaphragmatic breathing is the best. So you wanna do diaphragmatic breathing is basically hand on the belly, and you wanna put when you take a deep breath in, you wanna have your belly come out, and when you breathe out, the belly has to go in. Okay, that's diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, so practice a few of these before your game. In fact, you can practice this with your shoulder rotations when you do the first warm up. Uske saath breathing kar lo. That will help. Okay, taking a last few questions if you have. Also tell me in the chat if today, what is something specific that you're going to change the next time you play badminton? Anything specific for elbow? Warm up cool down किया है ना elbow के लिए? हो गया, उसमें cover हो गया. Right shoes, yes, I'm glad. Good. Tell me what else you're gonna change the next time. Cool down and 30-second stretches. Yeah, 30 seconds. A lot of people have realized don't hold stretches for 30 seconds. Cool down mein. So definitely ensure more time. Is playing barefoot okay? No, it's not. It's not okay playing barefoot because, like I said, there is a lot of cutting that happens. The foot has to move, has to be very responsive unless you're on grass. So if you're playing on grass and you know that there's nothing there, I'm okay with that. But on concrete, please don't play barefoot. Bhavesh, next session for marathon specific warm up and cool down. Yeah, certainly we can do that. Abhi kahan run? You're still running. It's so hot. How are you guys running?
मैडम अभी नाउ आई एम ट्रेनिंग फॉर अभी सातारा हिल रन का मैं अभी करने वाला हूँ 3 सितंबर को, तो कुछ आपका कुछ उसमें एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिए, कुछ ऐसा कुछ नेक्स्ट जूम मीटिंग कीजिए मैम.
Certainly, definitely करेंगे. रनर्स का नेक्स्ट मंथ में को प्लान करना ही है.
हाँ जी, राइट. तो मैं एक्चुअली स्केचर्स गोरन क्लब से हूँ. मेलविन क्रास्टो मेरे कोच है, वो भी हमारे वहाँ पर भी बहुत अच्छा कराते हैं, लेकिन आपका इतना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है तो चलो आपसे भी कुछ हमको आपका एक्सपीरियंस हमको मिले मैम.
यस, रनिंग स्पेसिफिक वार्म अप कूल डाउन अलग है, साइक्लिंग स्पेसिफिक अलग है. ऑल स्पोर्ट्स हैज इट्स ओन set. So we'll definitely swimming. Khyati, you read my mind. Next month is definitely swimming because I'm getting a lot of requests for. I think people are moving into the triathlon and Ironman zone. So definitely swimming is next too. So yeah, if there are, you guys are in my WhatsApp for in the chat. WhatsApp group में अभी हो तुम लोग. But we also have certain forums. If you're a runner or a cyclist, we have specific forums for that. So do join that. वहाँ पे updates मिलते रहेंगे about.
मैम हमारे मेरे पास हमारा 1000 का 1000 व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में है मेंबर्स 1000.
Okay.
या सो आप अगर आपका एक ऐसा सेशन रखोगे तो काफी लोगों को आपका फायदा मिलेगा मैम.
चलेगा. I will send you for sure.
या
okay, मैं ग्रुप में डालूंगी जैसे ये प्लान होगा तो.
या थैंक्स अ लॉट मैम. Yeah.
Welcome. Great. Thank you so much, guys. So have a good rest of the Sunday. Thank you so much for being here and doing the stretches with me. Karo, give me feedback. Tell me what else you need. Tell me topics that you would like to see, and I'm happy to do that. Okay.
Thank you so much, Rajni, for valuable session.
Welcome.
Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.